Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It is midday money on what's today? The 6th of February? Welcome on into the show. Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for tuning in today. As always, we are live, 12 noon Eastern. We come back at midnight with a little late night money. The old Look Ahead Line show. We'll call it Look Ahead Lines during NFL on Sunday nights. Because honestly, it's late night money right now. And we look at first looks at tomorrow's action. And this will go on, let's be honest, we'll keep it through March Madness, maybe a month or so of baseball too. Then it dies out. I'm not going to lie. People don't like betting baseball. There's no more hockey. There's no NBA. But it is February now, and we have a bunch of sports going on. Give me a follow on Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs, or the X as it is called now. Hit the like button. Sean Higgs YouTube, Winning Free Picks YouTube. Again, if you're on Twitter, there's a little heart button. Why not retweet it out? Get people involved in the show. You could leave comments, and I respond to them. Also, the After the Fact podcast, Amazon Music, Google Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast. Type in Midday Money. Give it a follow. Listen to it. Torture somebody in their sleep. Put it on. Let it run all night long. Get those hours rolling for me. What else do we have there? YouTube Premium, if you're on the Winning Free Picks page. Or you can make the smart money move and go to winningfreepicks.com. Get a weekly pass, $31.20, 1 week of plays. You get the Super Bowl. You get all my college basketball, any hockey and NBA put out, $31.20. Why wouldn't you spend $31.20? That's like $1 a day. You come in here every day anyway. And if you don't have $31, well, at least hit the freaking like button. Holy cow. All right, let's get to a little recapping of yesterday's action. And how did we do in the video yesterday? Kansas State under 145. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me, right? You're kidding me with that. I did win Alabama State minus a 7, never in doubt there. So I guess, 6 of one, half dozen the other. I score a cover I probably shouldn't have gotten on the premium side of things, and then I get a push here in the video. 125 and 130 is our record. Not good. Losing a little bit of money here in college basketball in the video. On the bright side of that, premium college basketball, 20 and 14 since February 1st. Not a bad start to the month, 59%. 116 and 91, 56%. Not too shabby. $100 player, that's 15 hundos in your pocket since January 1. 245, 230, 231, on the season. Down a little bit, but the new year has been good to us. The new year has been good. NBA, 2 in 1 day. Nets couldn't get it done, but Hornets, plus the points, never in doubt over Cavaliers. 33 and 25. Or excuse me, 35 and 26, rather, I should say. Plus 480 there. Hockey, 15 and 15, plus 250. Not too shabby there. Today's action, we'll hump into it. Yeah, we'll hump into it too. We'll jump in as well. I'll put it here in the comments section if you're watching on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, give it a like. Why wouldn't you? Leave a comment. I saw it's getting views. A couple people view it, but there's no likes. Hey, whatever. You're here. That's all that matters, right? We'll start in hockey, as I mentioned. 15 and 15 plus 250. I'm going Capitals plus 150 on the puck line. We do have some additions from last night and a little switcheroo, as I mentioned last time we were talking about these games. Jazz over 240, Suns under 243.5. Someone had mentioned on the Sean Higgs channel, like, hey, man, you said under, but you had overwritten with the Jazz. But I'm thinking maybe he was watching an older video where I had the Jazz under against the Bucks the other night and the Jazz over today, and the Bucks are under against the Suns today. And I have misspoke before. So that happens where I'll confuse something. It's not done on purpose. I'm not trying to be deceitful. I make a mistake. It happens. But that's where sometimes I hope some people catch it. There's people here. Sometimes you don't catch everything. It happens. It happens. So NBA, we got the two totals here: 35 and 26 plus 480. Not bad with our NBA in the chat and also on the season. I'm not gonna complain. 22 and 16 is 55%. I don't really bet a lot of NBA. I don't pretend to say I come in here and unload in the NBA. I really don't. Hockey is 26 and 18 on 32 and 21 on one side, 26 and 18. Obviously, some games aren't posted there. A little bit of a difference maker on the two sites, but 32 and 21, 31 and 21 is where we are with hockey on the sites. And college hoops, here we go. Ball State in addition +2, Fordham +4, Stame. Ohio State under 144.5, the same. St. Joseph's here +2. The BYU, I said last night with Oklahoma, I said I'm looking at BYU here, and again, give me BYU. I'm taking the points here, BYU. You want to money line them? Sure. And I probably should have money lined them. I don't know why I just put the one there. I guess because I had Oklahoma last one yesterday. But I'm on BYU, and I said it last night. I was leaning towards BYU. I was with Ross and Jesse. We're talking about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm on BYU now. BYU. It's an official. It's also on the site. I added it up this morning. Texas -2.5. Colorado State -5.5. There is that, and of course I didn't write down when I started doing today's plays, but it happens. It happens. I'll put in a timestamp though. We'll do that later in the show, or after the show is over, I should say. After the show's over, I add that after the fact. Nick Nancy, first one in. Hello, everyone. Hit the like button. And I said, listen to Nick and hit the like button. There is a poll question today on both channels for our guy Locking Him with the King was like, hey, man, do a poll. Let's see where people are leaning towards in these games. So today's Tuesday poll will be Casey or San Fran. Who do you like? Tomorrow, midday money and late night money will be, do you like the over or the under? Thursday, we'll do it again. You like side or total? Friday again. Friday, I'm thinking about having a little football Friday afternoon show, maybe a Friday night show. I don't know. I want to do something. Maybe get somebody in here. Maybe I'll get maybe I could get the Earls to pop in. Maybe one of the Earls will come in. Maybe Jesse Shule. I don't know. Maybe some of the pub sports crew. Who knows? Maybe I'll get maybe some other guys. Maybe I'll make some calls outside of the regular button and get some people you might know, some bigger name folks in here. I don't know. We'll see. I'm weighing options, as they say. It says yesterday 5-0. Fade me today. It's our 5-0 days. Due for a little regression. Akron under 134.5 against Central Michigan. All right, I would I actually kind of like the over that one, believe it or not. I would lean over there. Ball State over 149. I do like because I like Ball State. Uh, Miami, Ohio, 148.5 against Northern Illinois. I sort of like the dog there, so I'm with you on the over. And Oklahoma, -0.5 versus BYU. I was there yesterday, and now I switched it before I even saw this. So I guess I'm looking good here by going against you. And South Florida, the Bulls of South Florida versus Charlotte. South Florida, a 13-1 run, wins 7 in a row, 9-10. Charlotte's won 8 in a row. Losses at SMU and at Stetson, so maybe they're not that good on the road. But Miz says take South Florida. King D's in the house. Thanking you for the poll. Here's the problem there, King D. I post the poll, but then all of a sudden it's do I remember at the end of the show to go check it out to close out the poll and to see what the numbers are in the poll. That is the trickiness. Because I don't know. You know what? Let me look right now. Let me go to YouTube here and see what it says. Poll questions. Poll questions. Because that's the thing. It'll be like, it'll have a percentage, but let's see if it has a number. That's what we need. So right now on Sean Higgs YouTube, I see David posted on the Sean Higgs page. I don't like either. The line looking for a live bet. Are we in a frozen town here? So this says it's right now 4 votes. That's easy to do. 3-1 KC towards KC over, I should say, San Francisco. So the KC is the vote so far on the Sean Higgs channel. And on the Win and Free Picks channel, where there's more people watching. And so we should hopefully, by that standard, have some more votes. Let's see what we have here on the votes for so far. So far, it's 3-1 KC. And over here, we have 56, 59%. It's moving 56, 59, 56. So it's 56-44 on KC. 18 votes. I'm guessing that is a 10 and 8 off the top of my head there. So we'll see. We'll have to see what that is at the end. I'll have to be sure to end that before I end the show. Because if I end the show and then all of a sudden it closes, I don't know how to do it. Groovy. Good morning, Higgs. You know these Northern Illinois boys don't like traveling. Miami, Ohio, minus the points. Sorry before it goes to 7. You're not liking the Huskies. I thought Huskies like this. They're kind of like snow dogs. They like the heavy sledding. But no Northern Illinois for you here, huh? You're liking Miami, O? This was a 5.5. So clearly people are betting on the Ohio University. Tim Rosenhaus. Big news from Greenville, North Carolina. ECU Pirate baseball player Parker Bird will be featured on Super Bowl commercial. He is the first human player to play with a prosthetic leg. How does that work? Guy's got a fake leg. He's a baseball player. Was he a DH, Tim? That is crazy. That is crazy. Can he slide with the leg? Groovy says, cool stat, Tim. Or cool story? Probably cool story. Mr. Hills in house. OKC money line in the over. Here we go. The NBA. Thunder in the over against Utah. Thunder in a little tough spot there. Again, we have the total in this game posted over the 243, I believe, here in the chat. There you go. Jazz over. Well, it's 240. I'm sorry. It was a 243 last night. It's come down significantly. I still like the over. Under in the Suns game. Hey, free picks are posted, everybody. You'll see it. James is in the house. Good morning, James. Michael B., our favorite Bay Area fan. Player Prop King says Minnesota +4 in college hoops. The Gophers versus Michigan State and Sparty. I don't hate that one. I like it. Al's ask your opinion. Ohio and Ball State. I'm leaning over 148.5. Al, I got Ball State right here. Right here. Number 1 early game in the chat as a freebie. Ball State. Let's go. Ballers. We got a Halliburton over 3s. How did his points do last night? You said it over 13.5 points last night, didn't you? So now we're going back Halliburton again. Over 1.5 threes. Groovy says, nobody believes in St. Joe's at home except for Higgs. I'm on it. And I said this last night, Groovy. Dayton, St. Joe's, VCU at Fordham, both on the road, and they play each other next week. Dayton is clearly the A10 top dogs right now. VCU off a big Richmond win. Took care of them. Richmond had won 8 in a row. Again, versus lesser kind of teams, but nonetheless, you still got to win games. It's not easy. We talk about winning on the road in college hoops. So this to me is maybe just a little kind of a flat spot for squads here. And again, it's a short line with Dayton, as good as they are. I'll take the homies. Reynolds, why didn't that pop it up? There we go. What's your thoughts on South Carolina? My thoughts are I like South Carolina here minus the 3.5. I'll tell you, I bet. Well, it's actually 4.5 now. Is it 3.5? I thought I saw 4.5 this morning. Did it pop back down? I do like the Gamecocks to get it done. Same game parlay. Here we go. There's 13.5. I told you to play a prop. I write down the props. And I was saying today with Jesse and Ross, I think player props going into the future with all the young kids, you're raised daily fantasy kind of people. So this, as much as I'm a side and total guy and more sides, the dinosaur in me will eventually have to move over to the player props because this is what people love. They love just betting on players. I appreciate you posting. Bounded Sports. No more cards. He's given up. Joe Adell has broken our guy Anthony. He said, I can't even do cards anymore. Thank you, Joe Adell. T-Wolves minus 5.5. You know I'm a Wolf guy. I like Minnesota. And as we say, right, and someone told me Chicago wasn't playing good with Levin. How they got to play good without him? I agree. I like the Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves come out of the West. That is my pick. It's not the Lakers. It ain't the Warriors. You want to say Clippers are playing really well? I don't know. I thought last year was a good building stone for Minnesota. Minnesota, the conference finals at least. Anything less, I'd be disappointed. Niagara, the top play. Here we go against Canisius. Who doesn't like Franks and Canisius? Best wishes. Although and it has moved. It was a 4. It's gone to 4.5. Thank goodness. Because that line just looks short to me. Why isn't this like a 6? That's why I'm just concerned with that number. Groovy Caps. Ole Miss is weird. Sometimes they're unstoppable. Championship materials, sometimes they lose. So, you look at the Ole Miss record. You're like, wow, these guys are pretty good. They are 18-4. What's there to say bad about them? Well, lose to Auburn. Auburn's a pretty good team. Lose won at A&M by 3. Nice road win there. Lost to Auburn again. I'm not blaming you there. The LSU loss. Again, you're on the road, but you're a small dog. I understand. Where is the marquee kind of signature wins here with this team? You beat Florida by 20 at home. Tennessee whooped you by 26 on the road. Where are they? I mean, Cal on a neutral, is that a good win? Maybe the South Florida win. 17-68, we saw Central Florida beat Kansas. They've had some nice wins. You beat Memphis, okay. Where, I don't know. To me, I'm not liking Ole Miss. The record is like most teams. You padded in the non-conference. You play a bunch of teams you should beat. And if you beat them or you go 13-1, you look pretty good. South Carolina's their lone loss in non-conference play, Clemson on the road, 72-67. That's not a bad loss. Alabama wrecked you on the road. Again, you're on the road, no problem. You bounce back with an OT win. Super. You followed that up with a close loss to Georgia at home. Whatever. You got smoked. You went to overtime in a battle, 71-69. Not your day against Georgia. Beat Arkansas on the road. You beat Tennessee on the road. You beat Kentucky at home. You beat Missouri. You got payback over Georgia loss on the road to win. South Carolina is more of a real team than the Mississippi record, I think, when you look at both of these records. Right? I mean, let's be honest. You see 2 teams with records like this, you're like, wow, I'm getting points. It's so easy to take the dog. They're both 18-4, whatever. South Carolina's 19-3, whatever they are. No. South Carolina, little better resume for me. David says, what do you say, buddy? I don't like either line. Looking for a live bet in the Super Bowl. That is a fine opinion to have. There's nothing wrong with that. It's basically a pick 'em. Find a live spot. Maybe you like a prop. I'll be adding props to the Sean Higgs YouTube channel. They'll be on. Maybe I should start adding them. I have quite a few. We have them here in the chat, but I will post them in the community section, in the comment section of Sean Higgs. So if you want to go over there and check that out, feel free to. Again, we'll do them here in the show as well. Maybe we'll pop them out again tonight. And again, I want to do some kind of football something. Maybe get some couple other cats in here. Maybe I open up to the floor here. Hey, you want to come in and say hello to the? I'll send you a link. You don't even have to. Well, take David off here. It's like I'm telling him. You want to come in and voice your opinion? You don't have to be on screen. You could have the camera off and just sit backstage and talk, or not backstage, but off camera. I don't know. We'll do something fun for the weekend. Kindi says, really wish they split up the Saturday college hoops at 150 games. We got Monday and Tuesday loaded. That's not happening, King D, because it's college basketball, so the kids are in class. So they play on the weekends. You're always going to have a huge schedule on Saturday. I mean, even today, you got, you know, big schedule on Tuesday. I mean, Wednesday, Thursday, there's usually some games, right? I think tomorrow we got a big schedule in college basketball. But the Saturday is always going to be a huge slate on Saturdays, just the way it is. Nets first quarter against the Mavericks, 24-4-1 ATS at home first quarter, by far the best in the league. Everyone knows about Pelly's first half, but this is a more successful trend. Wow. 24-4-1 in a first quarter? Is that real? That's a real trend for the Nets at home. They are 12-14 at home. That is insane. First quarter. I mean, that goes back to last year. Player prop. Who's this cat? Dusma, 10 plus points. And Bachero, 4 plus assistances. Minus 110 over at DK. A little prop action parlay. King D says, I remember when we got games on Monday nights. Yeah. I said that the other day when I did my little Shawnee short. I put out my little shorty. I said, man, you cats don't remember, you young guys, big Mondays on ESPN. Triple header on Monday nights. Tuesday was always like I think a Monday. If I remember, I think Big Mondays was a Big East game, an ACC game, and then a late night game, whether in like the WAC or the Mountain West, or maybe a Pac-12. It was some kind of late minute. I mean, I know Long Beach State would be on TV. It would be a late game. And on Tuesdays was, call them like Super Tuesday or Big Tuesdays, because it was Big 12 and Big 10 basketball. Yeah, good stuff back in the day. Good stuff. Michael B. I did grab Clemson +8, and I see it's down to 6 today. Kind of like Wyoming +10. That is a big number. New Mexico on the road, a 10 spot. I like New Mexico. I don't like laying 10 on the road with anybody. I don't like laying 2 on the road with some teams. Why the heck am I going to be laying 10 or 11? My name Markel's in the house. Welcome. George in Twitterland, KC Moneyline. Yo, he likes KC Chiefs. And again, George, you said this yesterday. We ran about the Chiefs. Everything is printed up for Chiefs championship. Kelsey's getting married. He's retiring. Andy Reid's retiring. Mahomes cementing himself as the GOAT behind Tom Brady as a quarterback in his young career. Mahomes as a underdog is 10-1 or something ridiculous. Andy Reid 31-7, bye week kind of stuff. Shanahan blows Super Bowl leads 28-3, 20-10. He's a terrible coach. Niners look like crap the last 2 weeks. But yet here we are sitting at a 2 spot in this game. Still sitting at a 2. Markel's on the Knicks first half, alternate line minus the 10. Markel laying at 10 here. I got to say, and I'll pull Moneyline Markel off because I'm going to talk about Mr. Numbers. Mr. Numbers on Twitter complaining about the Lakers yesterday. T Money would be happy because he got bet the Lakers. He laid 1,800 Lakers money line. And he said to take the Knicks money line today, he brought out the lock word on my timeline. He said it was a lock in the comments section. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I said I'm going to have to call Mrs. Numbers for putting out $1,500, $1,800, $1,300 money lines. Get out of here with that, Mr. Numbers. I'm going to have to call you out, Mr. And you watch the show. I appreciate him watching the shows. But I cannot condone that kind of behavior. Michael B. I'm going BYU. Yeah, you're going BYU, Sean. I was really close to getting the Sooners. I did bet Texas. Yeah, last time I was kind of like in the Sooners. The more I dug into it, I'm not a believer. I'll take BYU. And I hate doing that because I don't like splitting. It's either both dogs, both faves in spots like this. But there are times I go opposite the grain. I mean, we had Illinois, the one the other day when they played, who they played Illinois on the road? They got it done. Purdue, right? I said, let's take Purdue in the spot. They ended up winning in their spot on the road. Sometimes it's not a full blown, I just do it auto. Yeah, it jumps out automatically, but then you got to do a little work. You can't just bet something without even diving into a game. Bruce says Knicks team total over with the lock emoji. Oh my goodness. What is the team total here? What is the team total? Because the total of the game is 213, which screams to me to take the under anyway. So it says, let's go under. What is their team total for the game? Pachero under. Banchero under 22.5 points at bet 365. I'll take, I got 365. Sprinkle minus the Knicks by 25. The Knicks by 25, says Moneyline Markel. Bill says, cannot bet against Mahomes. Now, are you not betting against Mahomes in a Super Bowl that he won last year, even though he was trailing that game 24-14 at the half? Or are you betting it against him because he lost 31-9 in the Super Bowl? Or that he was down 20-10 in the Super Bowl? Or that the Chiefs at one point, before they just ran off 5 in a row, had lost 3 or 4 and 5 or 7? I mean, I don't know why. This is the same Patrick Mahomes Kansas City Chiefs teams that has a losing ATS record as favorites. I mean, you could definitely bet against them because opening day, you would have lost. You would have lost against the Jets. You would have lost against Denver. You would have lost against the Eagles. Who else? Green Bay, Buffalo, New England, the Raiders. How about that great performance? I mean, they've won some. I don't think it's just a blind bet Mahomes. The thing is, can and won't bet against Mahomes. The line has not moved one bit. Has not moved a bit. Nick Center going to have a field day with rebounds. Can't spell his name. Starts with an H. Patrick Ewing? Who's their center? Charles Oakley? It's got to be Hartstein. Michael B says, I might bet all Mountain West home team parlay for fun. Utah State, Colorado State, moneyline, Wyoming, plus 11. Niners huge. Thank me later. Oh, here comes the kiss of death. Pounded Sports coming in. You skipped the rest of my picks. I'm scrolling up to Mr. Hill. Where's Mr. Hill's picks? OKC, Thunder. Suns game over. I'm not. I didn't pass that because I got the Suns under in the chat. But you're right. I did miss Utah State against Nevada. I don't hate that. And South Carolina, I thought I covered that one. I apologize. I apologize. Bad look for me. See, I got sidetracked. It happens. I am sorry. You stuck around. Hopefully you're still here. I'm sorry about that. Play Prop King. Keegan Murray and Plumlee last night. There you go. That was last night's Keegan Murray and Plumlee. Yes. Michael B says, this is one of those days I like way too many things. I'm either going to Kill it or get crushed. I mean, I can bet 12 college basketball games and 4 or 5 NBA sides of totals. Yeah, the NBA ones. I don't run to the site to throw a bunch of NBA in. I'm happy with just finding a couple games. I'll throw them out in the free picks, sure. Um, and they've cashed. I just and it's not that I don't feel confident in betting them all, but I know for me, NBA is usually tough for me. And as much as a nice run I'm on, I'm not going to push it by throwing out 4 or 5 games to bet on myself and then go like 1-4 or take a donut worse. Um, and site wise, listen, college basketball, I'll always fire away. I got 9 college basketball games. I don't. I don't. I mean, I guess I kind of shy away because it's not like some days I'll have like 17, but I'm still grinding back. I mean, I'm over 500 record wise. I'm still down a little bit, so I understand the sentiment there. Blessed is in the house. Haven't seen you in quite a bit, Missy. Hope all is well with you. Good to see you. I'm seeing threes with South Carolina in one of my books. I like South Carolina. I don't care what it is. I ran down their resume, why I liked them last night, why I bet them yesterday, why I still like them today. There is that. Enjoy South Carolina. Groovy says Kelsey catches last touchdown to win the game and gives the ball to Taylor, and then they Disney commercial. They both say they're going to Disney World. So sweet. I can't wait to cry when I see this. Really with this nonsense, Groovy? Really? How is this even real? Have you seen the chicks Kelsey used to date? And now he's dating a string bean? I don't know. I enjoy some of the Taylor Swift songs. You know, I got a son and daughter. There's modern music on the radio sometimes when I'm not playing 80s stuff or whatever. But come on with this crap. Why would you even put this in here? The, we need. Does anybody remember like Morgana, the kissing bandit from like the 70s and 80s? This broad would run out onto this field, this blonde chick with bazungas out to here, right? Run on a field and kiss baseball players or whatever. We need that to happen here. Because if it doesn't happen and these two clowns live happily ever after, like there'll be no more Taylor music song because all she writes about is getting her heart ripped out and her picking guys who don't like her. So what's going on here? And you know what? Disney can just go on pound salt. I saw on came across, I guess, my Instagram reels or whatever, since I don't do TikTok. They closed down the Country Bears. I love the Country Bears. Them and the Tiki Birds. Dude, you're a fat guy. Hell, you're a skinny guy. It's hot as hell and humid down there. You want to sit down for 20 minutes and get some air conditioning when you got a kid on your shoulders carrying around a 4-year-old. They shut down the Country Bears, Disney? Get the heck out of here. This whole message is upsetting to me here, Groovy. Most upsetting is the Country Bears. I didn't even get I need a whole show on just the Country Bears being shut down. Backstage tattoo, my guy. Good to see you. Purdy MVP. Jesse Shule brought up a good point today. I was doing a show with him talking about MVP. You can get the field other than I think Mahomes. I think it's 2-1. So you got Purdy in there, CMC. It's I don't know if Purdy's gonna get the MVP. If it's the Niners, I'm thinking it's more McCaffrey. Right? I think he's gonna get the ball a lot. Hence why I like the over 150 yards rushing for plus 650 as a prop. Groovy says, give me the Niners first half. Groovy, I want to almost run to, and I said that, I'm going to run to maybe Kansas City first half. They've been starting hot. Kansas City's been starting, or excuse me, San Fran's been starting a little slow. But again, I haven't bet anything for the first half. Moneyline Markel's laughing at something I did. There's something funny. Purdy over 1.5 TDs, I'd say yes. Player Prop King. Rudy Gobert over rebounds. It's too high for me, 13.5. If it was 11.5 or 12, I would take it. 13.5 is a big number. The Miz coming in, 22 games today. That is like a Saturday. On a Tuesday, wow, Miz. Listen, I don't, people might be like, that's crazy. You can't bet that amount of games. You can win money betting these amount of games because, I don't think Miz is taking 160 fades. I think he's playing his totals and some sides here. And if you look at the betting as an entire season from November to April for college basketball, take him in chunks. It's fine. He got 22 today. He could have 4 tomorrow. He might have nothing on a Friday with a short max schedule and one Big Ten game. So it's all right. Miz knows what he's doing. George says next year's Super Bowl matchup. Next year's Super Bowl matchup. I'm going to say the Browns. Browns and the Rams. Browns and the Rams. Now, we can run to Lamar and Baltimore. We could say Cincinnati. Cowboys. I don't know. Listen, Cowboys and Eagles, no thank you. There's nobody in the NFC South that will compete. Do the Packers maybe take a step forward? The Lions are not. Everything went right for the Lions this year. That's not happening. The Niners could come back. I mean, I won't say no to any kind of combination with the Niners, and I would say super too. But the Rams look like they're back on track. And the AFC, everything was great for Baltimore until they get to the championship game and their coordinator decides we're going to get fancy and not run the ball, even though we've done it all year long. The Bills started bad, went on a nice run, shot themselves in the foot. Maybe they're just kind of cursed. I don't like saying things like that, but maybe they just can't get over the hump of Kansas City. Kansas City, I don't know. If Kansas City wins, I do not. I will not be shocked if Andrew Reid retires. Why not? You're retiring on top. Browns, Rams. Michael B. T-Wolves out of the West. I could see them making the conference finals, but usually teams have to make a couple runs before they make it to the finals. Nuggets are still my pick. I get it. I know they have to. Let me pull out. I don't have the standings in front of me. Let's just look at some NBA standings for a second here. Because I don't even know how the playoff picture is even looking right now in the West. OKC 1, Minnesota 2, Clippers 3, Denver 4. So, again, Minnesota halfback, Clippers Minnesota's tied for the best. Clippers a halfback, Denver 1.5 back, and it's everybody else. It's really, I mean, are the Clippers and Denver just playing like, well, we don't need to have home court? I think home court's kind of important. Player prop king, he only has to get 13.5. He has only gotten over 13.5 rebounds in 4 of his last 10 games for Gobert. Yeah, well, stay away. Knicks Grizzle, Hardesty over 10.5 boards. Yep. You had Hardesty last night? You gave out him and Franz Wagner over 3.5 assists as well. Big slate today and a lot of picks. It's all right. It's a big NBA ticket on a Tuesday. Michael B. Georgia Tech line keeps going up. People betting Wake. I may jump on Georgia Tech. I agree. I would take the home team. Winning on the road is tough at college basketball. I do not know who needs to hear this kind of stuff. ACC on the road. Let's look at it. North Carolina, 3 losses on the route. Great. 3 on the road. Virginia's lost 5 on the road. Duke has lost 3 on the road. NC State, 5 losses. Wake Forest, 1-5 on the road. 1-5 on the road for Wake Forest. 4 losses for Florida State. 5 losses for Miami. Pitt, surprisingly, 4-2 on the road. Syracuse, 6 losses. Virginia Tech 1-6. Clemson 5-4. 4-4 BC. 4-6 Georgia Tech. 1-6 Louisville. 2-6 Notre Dame. I mean, and now you're going to say, let's take Wake Forest. 13-2 at home. That's great. 1-5 on the road, and they're favored. They're favored. Now, Tech's not a good team. They are just 6-6 at home, and overall, not a great record. But they're not laying points. They're getting points here. Ryan King's coming in. Sabonis triple-double. Last night dominated the boards. A Sabonis. His old man was pretty good. Maurice, good afternoon. South Carolina game's got to be a trap. Maurice, I ran down early in the show the South Carolina schedule versus Mississippi schedule. South Carolina with some good wins. Mississippi with 0 wins. Mississippi on the road, not as good. Give me South Carolina at home. Ryan Kicks this player prop. I took your same game parlay with Halliburton. I like it as well. Miss has my head exposed with all the Saturday games. If you're not doing a Saturday on starting on Thursday, looking at Saturday games, it's and I'm not going to lie, it's a pain in the butt. Like I start, and as square as it sounds, I start in top 25 matchups and work my way out because I'm going to find the old home dog against somebody spot. Then I'm going to go to my mid majors and find a team that's 16-6 versus a 9-12 team and getting 1 point at home. And then the extra games are a lot of times I rarely use extra games on a Saturday. It's tough. Look at this guy. Dr. Ward is in the house. Did you and Gloria K get married, Dr. Ward? You've not been around, Doctor. I know you wanted a llama. I would have sent you a llama photo from my daughter, a picture. Plenty of llamas to go around. I sent a llama to, I think, L. Craft, maybe. Allie Burns said she wanted one, so I surprised her with a homemade llama photo. Well, I didn't. It wasn't my writing. But good to see you, Dr. Ward. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Good to see an old-timer back in, an original cat. Groovy says, thanks for the props. Player prop gang. Mr. Io Bulls over points. Mr. Io? Who's this? I need some help. King D, I don't know what I said, but okay. I'm 4-1 in that chat. I'm back to give a crazy pick. Fire away, Rye. Let's go. Butler, 15.5 looks good to pass up. They can score. They can. We had the over there against Creighton. UConn's really good. Again, you want to take the points? They can put up points. I get it. I hit the like button yesterday. Was split. I thought a small profit. Hold on. I hit the like button. Yesterday was split. I thought small profit. How do I get over in college? Kansas. Yeah. I don't know how you got the over. I got the 145 under for a push. Caleb or Justin Fields? It is Justin Fields, and I'm not even going to think twice about it. Caleb Williams is an emotional amoeba. Terrible. The guy couldn't do anything. And against Pac-12 NFL kind of guys, he will not do anything in the NFL. I can't wait. The Bears are going to trade Fields to take Caleb Williams, or maybe he goes. Maybe they trade with Washington because Cliffy had him at USC. He's going to be a bust. If the Bears trade Fields to keep this guy, we'll be talking about this in 4 years. How the Bears got to get a quarterback. Terrible. This kid's terrible. Ranking. As a Bills fan, I'm betting against Mahomes. Yeah, you have to. Nick says today, under Jazz, over Bucks. Look at this. I am over Jazz and under Bucks. On the ice, the Jets, Winnipeg, and the over in the Devils game. Vegas and the under. The Ohio Bobcats versus Ball State. I got Ball State. I'm opposite. Groovy says, Maurice Butler's getting a good player back from injury. I'm on it. Oh, that's one of those things, though. You get a player back. Is that going to mess up the rhythm? Yeah, minus 1,800, King D. What is that about? Come on. I said, that's what separates the pros from an average bettor. Like, you can't do that. And you can't come. If you came in a show and I'm telling you to take the Dodgers minus 340 or take money line. Do you really need some guy to tell you to do that kind of thing? Right? Says like Justin Fields, he needs a no line, but then again, he holds the ball way too long. I, I'm staying with him. If you're bringing Williams in, are you bringing a whole new coordinator, a whole new coaching? I mean, it's just if you want to start over, start over. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere ever. I hate the Niners, says Michael B. I grew up in the Bay Area when Niners were winning titles as a Raiders fan, but the fact the books continue to hand out money on the Chiefs despite the world betting them. Well, we'll see what happens here. Any thoughts on ACC totals for tonight's games? None. No thoughts on ACC totals. What do we have here? North Carolina was 154 last night. It has not moved, I don't think. Tech was a 151. That's gone down. BC was 152.5, and that has gone up. Not a big. I'm not really. Occasionally I jump onto a total college basketball. Groovy says Hicks, for the first time in my life, I'm watching the line movements on Saturday night on the Gatorade color following the bench player money. Gatorade color for a prop bet. If I get the Chiefs for 3.5, I'll take it. Well, you have to buy that one. You're never getting. If that goes to 3.5, I'll be shocked. I don't think it's going to go to 3. I think it's going to sit right where it's at. Mahomes is underdog, 90%. Yes, he is. Books telling you who's going to win if you really pay attention. Shop around. Yeah, it's the Niners. Milan Markel. All I see is Chiefs marketing promos and commercials. Yep. The boys of Vegas always win. Yes, they do. Sweet losing in the house, my guy. AC Sunday or no show. I'm not good. No, I won't be in AC this week. No, and I thought about flying up. I was talking to Tony K, and I was like, maybe I'll come up here for the Super Bowl, but I got the kids want all their friends over. I can't leave my wife with freaking 25 teenagers. The house will be burnt to the ground when I come back. I'm debating on a March Madness fan cave or a Vegas. I don't know. I got a couple things planned for March already, Lou. Follow Sweet Lou, my guy. Sweet Lou did a little piece on me. Came down to the fan cave and the gambling. The old was that Gambling Today? Paper? I miss papers. I miss the old gambling newspapers. Gambler's World. Play Prop King. The Super Bowl commercials better be good this year. The last couple of years have been bad. Have they ever? I can't remember any of the commercials. Nick Nasty says San Diego State against Air Force. I mean, I don't hate this. Air Force is bad. I want to say maybe an over. How do we vote in the Sports Betting Hall of Fame? Yes, the Sports Betting Hall of Fame. That is, I don't know how that works with Spanky. David says the girl Kelsey had before Taylor. Okay, easy with the last name. I try not to curse in the show, Dave, because I don't know if somebody's listening in their car. Can't spill my sauce, but my old G who told me about sports betting is at the end of the day, you bet on the best teams, period. Don't overthink things. Yeah, don't overthink. Nick Nasty huge. Imagine the song "When If They Break Up." Oh my God, the money she'll make on it while recording the song of the Kelsey breakup. Oh yeah, no, should be great. I feel with the SC line movement, I used to pay too much attention to money and lines movement on games. I don't ignore it, but I started trusting my cap, and I've had so much more success. You can't, especially now, Mike. And I can't believe we're going an hour. We were doing so good with like 20-minute shows, and I was getting like, a lot of people watching. With the splits and all this now and everything involved and different shows, whether they be podcasts or TV, you better have an idea of a game beforehand. If you're just coming to watch somebody else's thoughts or just following the steam and chasing, you got the worst of the number. And it's a cliche, get a good number, beat the number. Oh, I had a good number even though I lost. If you lose and you have, and I know people say, oh, it's still a loser. Yeah, because you're going to lose. I don't care. I'm going to lose games. If you bet enough games, you're going to lose games too. But if your cap is good and you say, hey, I like this team plus 9 and it goes to a 7, you think, all right, I guess I was thinking right. You're not. You don't win 100% of the time. You want to win 55, 54, 55% of the time. People think 60. Yeah, take the 54 and be happy. But you have to trust your own cap. Both QBs rushing yards over parlayed. I mean, Mahomes, sure, is Purdy going to get there, though. Higgs, every player's cousin and brother and posse at Sidechick is going to be in Vegas putting wagers for these bench players. Probably. Why wouldn't they? Mike says, King D, that's good advice. I mean, what do good teams do? They win. Yeah. And sometimes we say that all the time, right? You don't overthink things. But on the same token, it's like, you know what? That one looks a little too easy. Like a lot of times, the don't overthink is a kind of a public kind of play. Like, oh, no way that team loses. And if that was the case, they wouldn't be building $1 billion casinos and hotels in the desert where they have to truck in water and food for people. You know? So, yeah, everyone wins sometimes, but you can't just blindly just bet a good team wins. Unless you're Mr. Numbers, King D. Unless you want to lay 1,800 and minus 700s, I'm not doing that. Wine time's in the house, my guy. Good to see you. Follow the wine time, people. King D says, thanks, bro. If only 100% time, but I'll take 60 or proper 60%. King D's insane. 60%. Come on. I like the night golf. Yes. Someone I had the polo shirt on the other day, and someone was like, "Oh, look at you! Look." Usually, I just put on the Midday Money T-shirt, and Ross was like, "Oh, wear a button down for the show. I do the Ross and Jesse show." So I have my 5 button down shirts. That's all I have. I got 2 black, 2 white, and a blue. That's it. So maybe I'll get some win and free pick ones made up though. Or shirts that say Big Llama. Dave says, I think I'm going to bet Minnesota win championship. I think it's worth a shot. Again, I like them. They're a good team. They play defense. Could they be a year away? Could they be never making it and just going on runs and getting to the finals? I mean, the Clippers are good. The Nuggets are good. The Thunder are in first place. It's I'm just I like Minnesota. See how they go. Groovy says Cable got exposed at Notre Dame. He got exposed against the entire Pac-12. He couldn't win games. His backup comes in and throws 6 touchdown passes. UConn guard is questionable. And maybe an over in that game is UConn Butler. Maurice, who do you think the best QB prospect in the draft is? Oy, oy. You know what, Maurice? I have no idea. Penix is old. Drake May would probably be up there. People love Caleb Williams like he's the next Mahomes. Everybody's the next whoever. How good are they? How good's Kenny Pickett? How good was Malik Willis or Zappi or Levis? Anthony? How good are these guys? Everybody. Josh Fields. Stroud looks pretty good. All right, how's Bryce Young? Bryce Young's going to be. Any of these quarterback prospects, they go to a garbage team. If you're picking in the top 5, your team is trash. Number 1, it's a bad team. You got a new head coach, a new coordinator. You're probably missing pieces on the offensive line. There's not maybe playmakers around you. So you got 5 things working against you right out of the gate as a rookie. And then you're expected to come in and be Joe Burrow, Mahomes, Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton, whoever. Insert any quarterback you think is awesome. That's who you're supposed to be with a rookie head coach or a first-year head coach or a guy taking over a new program that's garbage. Are the Redskins going to be really good? The Bears. Oh, we're going to get Caleb Williams. Are the Bears winning 12 games with Caleb Williams this year? Are they winning 10 games with him or Josh Fields? Probably not. But yet the expectations are going to be a guy's coming in here that's going to be really good. I don't care. I don't have a prospect. I could care less. These kids stay in school for 4 freaking years. You're making $1 million or more. Some of you guys probably making $2-3 million. Stay in school forever. Why do you want to grow up? Stay in school. Enjoy your youth. Enjoy being a big man on campus. and making millions. Because once you go to the NFL, that all changes, fella. Stay in school, learn. I'll say to the college basketball kids, learn how to shoot a free throw, learn to hit a jump shot. Stay in school. You're getting paid now. You're going to come out to a garbage team. Dodgers bringing back Kershaw. Why wouldn't they? Grab those World Series props. No way. Not the Dodgers. No, thank you. I'll take the Braves for the Dodgers. Jennifer. How are you, Jennifer? It's been a minute since Jen's popped in as well. Opinion on San Diego State Air Force under. You know, I look at this 134.5 and I'm like, that seems kind of high to me. Are they asking me to take the under and try to tease me away from going over that number? Because Air Force is a mess. I mean, somehow they give up 94 points. 94 to Boise. 83 of Wyoming, 84 of Fresno, 90. They somehow they scored 90 at UNLV, which is anomaly. 85 points. Like this is an over. Every team scores 80 points against them. I look at San Diego State, 67, 79, 65, 67, 59. That's 88 at the pit. 61 versus UNLV. If you're thinking San Diego State goes on the road and gives up just adjust for a bad team from a 65 down to a 60. Air Force is going to give up 75 points. It's still an over 75-60. Right? I mean, I'd have to lean over Jennifer. I'm sorry. Some people don't like to be called Jen if they're Jennifers, like Bill and William. Desmond, I like the Mariners, Dodgers. You like the Dodgers, Desmond? I'm shocked. Really going out on a limb there. The Dodgers. Sandy, I don't listen. They should roll here. I just don't like it. I use Air Force. I just mentioned their scores. Nick Nasty, you're welcome. Jennifer, also like the under in Heat Magic. I could do under Heat Magic, yes. Sure. I also like the Knicks under 213. What's that about, Jennifer? What is that about? Desmond, no luck for me on the Mavs Sixers total last night. No, I mean that Sixer team looks bad. Roof says, Nick Nancy, a lucky guy. I heard you have every woman. I heard you have every woman every night looking like Morgana. What? I'm confused on this. Morgana. I think South Carolina's the right side. Super Bowl heads on the coin flip, says Robert. The Thunder total today, I like the over. Yes, there it is. The Jazz over, Suns Bucks under, puck line caps, Ball State, Fordham doggies, Ohio State under, St. Joe's doggy, BYU doggy, Texas favorite, Colorado State. Chris says, pick a color just for fun, a Gatorade color. No, I refuse to. I guess blue. I don't know. Cucumber watermelon Gatorade. That's a fun flavor. Do I like Wyoming tonight at home getting double digits versus New Mexico? I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, you're getting 10 at home. It's something I have to look at. Josh Fields, David. You don't like my Josh Fields take? Dallas needs to give Trey Lance a chance, right? Ryan is day drinking, apparently. Does his graduation with one major and then study for another bachelor's degree. Forever State University. These guys come out. You're a quarter. I'm not saying these other guys, because you're a position player, be fine. You're a quarterback. I'm staying all 4 years. You get paid. You can take insurance out on yourself. You're going to go to a trash team, and things are going to be bad. Nick says, I think because my name is Nick Nancy, they think I'm a guy. Or maybe it's Godzilla. I know. Again, and not to be, sexist, people come into betting chats, you're thinking it's a guy thing. Short of, Jennifer comes in, it's a straight up Jennifer, but yeah. I mean, Nick Nasty. I mean, it just sounds like a guy's name. Why? I mean, Nick, Nick Nasty come in as a girl. You're like, ooh, Nick Nasty. What's that about? Jennifer, you're welcome and good to see you again. Welcome back. Groovy. I admire Fordham Higgs. I see the last nine games they put up a fight and they won in overtime on the road. It's just Fordham and St. Joe's are kind of like a hand-in-hand play because VCU and Dayton play each other next, and they're the top dogs in the A10. So I'm just taking the home dogs in that spot. That's my thought. King D's laughing. And that's it. I'm out of here. An hour. Wow. And I can't even leave yet because I got to go end this poll here. 30 votes. 30 votes in the poll on winning free picks. 50, just 53%. 30 votes. 53% on KC. So that is not a huge number. Not a huge number. Now let's go to the Sean Higgs poll here. Hold on a second. Let's see what that one's at. Let's see what that poll is cruising at right now. Well, it would be good if I unmuted myself as I was saying that 6 out of the 10 votes on the Sean Higgs YouTube are for KC. We are an hour. We are out of here. Come back for late night money at midnight tonight. Hope to see you all. Give me a follow on Twitter if you haven't. Any more questions? Otherwise, I will see you tonight.